new locations we're at. We're gonna be talking about things that I wish I knew before I started my tech internship. I'm in my sophomore year of college, I'm in my rising junior year of college. I did one internship back in high school. It was a local company. I basically did front-end development. Freshman year, I did research. This year, for summer, I am doing technology operations at Vanguard. Let's get into the advice. First off, number one, let's get the generic advice out of the way. Okay? Like communicating with your manager, the networking, you're not supposed to know everything. Your first week is gonna be overwhelming. Like, overdress instead of underdress, that don't go on your phone, don't do things you're not supposed to do on the computer for work. Like, so let's get into the actual nitty-gritty things that aren't generic. Number one, document everything. And what I really mean by that is just document things that you have done, things that you are working on. Have a brag sheet so that you can present this to your manager. Personally, I like to have like daily logs. I would have my OneNote daily logs. It's just a folder, and then I would have like a date at the very top, and this is like everything I did. That's kind of my way of like keeping track, but also like keeping track of my brag list. This will help you keep organized. It will also help your manager organize on things that you've done. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about is coffee chats. Networking is an advice that is so generic. You're kind of just like, okay, yeah, I should talk to people, but be very precise on who you talk to. As long as you're doing your research on who you're coffee chatting with and making sure that that is like relevant to maybe like future positions that you're interested in, or you're curious about them, be mindful of the time that you're spending coffee chatting. Expand your network within a company, because then when you graduate from your school and if you're looking for somewhere else in the same company to work, now you have this whole list of people you can reach out to ask if they have open positions. Also, something else that I want to mention, when you're coffee chatting, make sure you make your impact also known so that people aren't just seeing you as any generic intern. Say at least like a sentence about the project that you're doing or the work that you're contributing to the company. You'll be more memorable. Okay, another thing that I want to mention, I remember the first like maybe three or so coffee chats that I did, it just felt scripted, and that made it awkward. I was thinking that's not natural, you know, so I asked my mentor and he just accepted. It's gonna feel awkward, and that's just how it is. The more reps that you do with coffee chats, the easier that it gets. You know, I've been doing this internship for like 7 weeks now, and I'm definitely less strained with coffee chats than I used to be. Number 3, you need to find your own opportunities. Just finding yourself something to do that is contributing. If your internship program like has hackathons or has like anything side thing for you to do in any way contribution, do it. Vanguard has about 2 other projects most interns participate on. Number 4, do not ask bad questions. There are dumb questions. Like, if you have a genuine good question, then ask it, obviously. When you're in a meeting and you just ask something random out of the blue in a structured meeting, you're gonna look dumb. Something that I did, especially in the first week, especially if it's like an online Teams meeting, I would just ask Copilot, yo, like, is this a good question to ask? Because I don't know if it's been technically answered already. Maybe they're using technical terms and I haven't grasped them, so I didn't know it's already answered. Ask questions mindfully, and if you don't know if they're good questions, then ask your manager at the very end. Your manager can just be like, yeah, so this is actually what it means, we already talked about it. Or, you know, if it's a really good point, then boom, your manager can bring it up next meeting. Don't ask random questions, please. Number 5, ask your manager your expectations very early on so that you know exactly what to follow. First week, or even before you start, ask what goals you're supposed to be striving for, what you should have delivered by midpoint, what you should have delivered by endpoint, things like that that are going to narrow down your job. Okay, now I want to get on to advices that I've gotten from people that I've coffee chatted with, from like high managers, like people that have been there for 2 years. These are the advice that I think is really good, and I just want to touch on them. I feel like the generic advice that most people give interns is be curious and ask questions. But I feel like the good advice I've been given is ask the why in your projects. Whenever your manager tells you to do something, you're not just doing it? Like, what is this impacting? Where is this work being contributed? Things like that, where it's like you're not just doing the job, but you're also wrapping your head around why you're doing it. I feel like it also helps kind of ground you in the work that you're doing is actually contributing somewhere and it's going somewhere, you know, other people are gonna see your work. Okay, the second advice that I've gotten from other people, get as most visibility as you can, especially presenting your work. It's basically like boosting your network, boosting your, ¿cómo se dice? It's boosting your aura. No, but really, like, one of the things that my program manager had emphasized is present if you can. Ask your manager if you can present in their meetings. It makes you stand out as an intern. Yo, this person is barely even here grasping what's going on, but they're already presenting something to me. It makes you gain aura. Like, I just recommend this to if you execute it really well, your manager's gonna think highly of you. I did this recently and presented like my team's work. One of the people there were like, you should give yourself some credit. Your manager obviously trusted you enough to do this. Do present if you can, even if that means presenting like your hackathon projects or your initiatives. No, that doesn't mean don't do your job. Okay, like, another advice I've been told is always to have something that your manager can point to and say, I had an intern do that. That's your way of leaving impacted. I feel like it was a really good advice. Okay, last thing I want to cover is, this isn't something I've been told, but I feel like it's less work advice, and so I'm just gonna say it at the end. Explore in your internship if you can. If you've moved to a new city, if you traveled somewhere else to do the job, then explore the city, make friends, do things that isn't the internship when you can. You're still living your life. You're still in a new city that you can explore, that you can do crazy things in, have side quests, and I feel like that is what makes internships so fun. Don't just do your heads down work and then always just lock in on your internship, your job. That's the only thing on your mind. That should be important, that should be priority, but don't forget that you're also living. So that covers all of the advice that I had. Deuces.